What's going on, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be taking you through a Google My Business SEO tutorial, and I'm going to be showing you some of the recent client results that we've gotten in this campaign. But most importantly, I'm going to be taking you through some of the local SEO optimizations that we've been doing behind the scenes in order to achieve some of these results. If you do need help with your local SEO, feel free to reach out to me or apply to work with us on our agency website. And if you do have any questions, leave them in the comment below. Let's get right into it. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the results so far. So we can see right off the back, organic traffic and organic keywords are both up just in the past month that we've started working on this campaign. But most importantly, let's go over to the position tracker. So with SEMrush, they have a position tracker tool, and basically this allows you to just track different keywords that you want to keep track of. And the cool thing about their position tracker is that it updates on a daily basis. You can see up here it says updated 2 hours ago. So what I really like with this tool compared to others is other tools, it can take up to a week, sometimes 2 weeks for the keyword data to refresh. So I really like how it really keeps things updated. But you can see that our visibility is up nearly 88%, and our average position jumped up 47 spots. So that's insane um, for the short amount of time that we've been working on it. So check this out: positive impact up 85%. Look at how much visibility this campaign is getting now once we started implementing some of the SEO strategies that we're going to be diving into here in a bit. Um, Look at how many positions these keywords have jumped over here. So let's go over into the position tracker tool. And this is pretty much what it looks like. You can see we had this huge jump here from July 8th to July 9th is really when things really started to take off for this particular campaign. But we can see some of the keywords here that we're currently tracking, like mobile drive IV therapy, drip IV therapy near me, mobile IV therapy, Dallas, mobile IV therapy near me, mobile IV therapy, drip IV therapy, Dallas, right? So we got some good money keywords here that we've been able to really push up the ranks and ultimately get them in those top 3 positions, which is, the goal for any local company, right? That's what's really going to drive up the phone calls and what's really going to give you the most visibility, especially now with how prominent the Google Maps section is, right? So, of course, we can see these are both transactional and commercial intent keywords, basically meaning when someone is doing a search for this keyword, it probably means that they're probably eager or going to purchase that service pretty soon. So these are the type of keywords as a local business that you would want to be focusing on. Typically going to be just the keyword or the keyword plus near me is what's really going to drive you the best type of leads, right? So let's go ahead and dive in to some of the other um, results. With here local Falcon, we can see mobile IV therapy near me. This is a 10-mile radius here, 5x5. So you can see nearly top 3 positions in this entire 10-mile radius. So that's pretty impressive here. And this is recent. I think this scan was actually from yesterday. And then mobile IV therapy, same thing, 5x5, 10-mile radius for just mobile IV therapy. And this one was taken today, right? And this is in DFW. So keep in mind, pretty competitive area. So the first thing we did here is we, of course, built out a location page for their particular campaign. The reason being is whenever we were doing some competitor research, we noticed that a lot of the competitors were using location pages to actually rank in different cities, right? Considering Dallas is a huge metroplex, it has a lot of suburbs. Of course, our main priority is going to be Dallas just because that's going to get the most search volume. So we went ahead and created this landing page just solely focused for the Dallas area. And basically, a very easy way to identify, guys, if you should be targeting using the homepage or location pages, is just do a search and look at the SERP results. So we can see here the top competitors here. If we open this up, you can see they're using a landing page for Dallas here, just targeting Dallas right here. And then we also would see the same thing here with this company. We can see this company is really targeting around Dallas. And the easy way to tell, guys, is you can tell by the URL. So Dallas IV therapy. So they're obviously targeting the city. And we noticed a common theme with a lot of these type of companies here in the area, which is why we decided to go this route of creating these location pages. So once we did that, we go back to the location page. Once we did that, we did the proper on page. So when it comes to the on page, really the most important parts are going to be having your keyword, your H1 tag, which is here. This is our H1 tag. If we go to SEO Minion, click Analyze on page, and we'll let that load real quick. But we can see that mobile IV drip therapy is going to be our H1. So that's going to be the most prominent keyword that we want to rank for. And then we also have it here in the title, right? So those two spots, along with your URL, is what's really going to put you like 80% ahead of most people. Just having your keyword in the header one, the title tag, and the URL is going to already put you in a great spot when it comes to your on-page SEO. You won't believe how many people actually overlook this. And it's really a much more simpler process than what it seems like. Just put your exact keyword in those three spots, and you're going to be 80% of the way there most of the time. And then, of course, we do some good internal linking and external linking. I normally do a internal link to the homepage, some internal links to service pages, just to build up that topical relevancy. And then I always do an external link to the Google My Business. So you can see this link right here. If we open that up, it would actually take us to our Google My Business. So I normally like to use the keyword that we want to rank for, which in this case is mobile IV therapy. So I externally link to our Google My Business, normally using the share link. Typically, that's what's going to give you the most juice. So just go ahead and use the share link. That's probably going to be the best GMB link to use right now for any external purposes or link building. And again, we did some more internal linking there. And then we also we improved the topical relevancy by adding this section right here. Basically, we found a bunch of questions about mobile IV drip therapy, and we answered them. And normally you don't even have to do answering the question doesn't take too much content, so it really doesn't take much effort to do. And really, you can do this with any industry, any niche. But basically, what this is doing here is just increasing the topical relevancy of this page, which is mobile IV drip therapy. And not only that, but we also made them relevant to the city, which in our case is in Dallas. So all these questions we're bringing it back to our location, which is Dallas. So when it comes to local, you always want to give Google two things. One, what do you do? And two, what city do you service? And that's what we're doing here with this location page. And you can basically do the same thing with location pages. You can do the same thing with service pages. I do a lot of these same things when it comes to our service pages as well, building up that topical and geo relevancy. But this is exactly what we do. And then an easy way to find this is if you just go to the Google and just type in mobile IV. For this example, it would be mobile IV therapy. And then we would go to the people also ask section, right? And then all I would do is I would just add your city after the question, but you can just answer it, regularly, right? It's what really matters is the keyword that is in the headers, right? So this is what Google's really looking at, and this is what they are. Whenever they crawl your website, that's really what is going to give them the signals on what they need to rank you for. So I always like to put these as header twos because it's really going to help build up that relevancy. So normally with the headers, I normally don't go past a header two. Sometimes I do use header threes, but you're going to get more juice using them as header twos, especially if they're going to be questions like this. I would definitely advise you to put them as header twos. And then, like I said, just answer them briefly. If you do have any internal linking opportunities, make sure you do that, and you're going to be good to go. So that's what we did here on the location page. And most importantly, we got it indexed. Right now, a lot of people are having trouble getting their pages indexed, or they can't seem to get their blog posts or new pages they created indexed. And it used to be really simple because you could just submit it to Google Search Console, and in about a few hours you would just look back and it would already be indexed. But that's not the case anymore. So what the tool that we discovered and we've been using here in my agency to help with the indexing process is we've been using a tool called Index Me Now. And basically you pay a amount, I think it's about $50, and it gives you, I don't know, maybe like 50 credits. But basically, every credit is basically a link. So it's relatively inexpensive for the job that it does. It has a very high success rate. You can see these are some of the ones that we've already got an index here. They normally get indexed within 24 to 48 hours by using this tool. So if you are having trouble with indexing, I would highly advise you to look into this tool, Index Me Now. It's really simple to use. You just set up a project, add whatever link. Like I could go into add new links, and then you would just literally paste your URL into here and click save, and then it would just start the process. And it's working very well right now. I think I have probably like a 90% success rate. And the cool thing about it is if they're not able to successfully index your link, they will actually refund you. So you really have nothing to lose, only to gain. But normally, as soon as we're seeing most pages get indexed within 24 to 48 hours, and normally you can, in a few days, you're already seeing uh, a bunch of new keywords popping up in your SEMrush account, or Ahrefs, whatever it is that you use. So it's really cool, guys, and I would highly advise you to look into it if you are having indexing troubles. Another thing that we did is we started building local citations, and basically the way we found these is we just did a search for business directories Dallas, since that's where the company is based out of primarily. And by doing this, you can find a bunch of local directories, like this one right here, 214area.com. So that's the local area code, visitdallas.com, DFW business. So all these local business directories that we can get our client listed on, some of them are going to be paid, but if it's relatively inexpensive, trust me, getting local links are much more powerful than just a regular link. 3 times as powerful. So if you can get local business citations, I would highly advise you to build them out. And you can do this same thing, just, change the city for whatever city you're in. And, as long as you're in a relatively um, pretty big city, you're going to get a bunch of different websites that you can get listed on. Even smaller cities we found that also have business directories. You just have to do a little bit of a deeper search. But trust me, they are there and you will find them. And your competitors are definitely not building these out. So take advantage of that and build them and get your business listed on them and get that backlink to build up your geo relevancy. So that's the next thing that we did there. And then another thing that we did is we also set up their um, a YouTube account. And the reason we do this is because we do also blogging for our clients, and blogging can also help. So basically, when it comes to blogging, normally the easiest way to do this is to just use a SEO tool. Go to the keyword overview tab, and then for this purpose, we would do something like IV therapy. If we just do a search, You can see SEMrush is giving us 611 keywords or questions that we can utilize as blog posts. So this is another reason why we do this. And then you build these out over time, and it's also going to help you with your rankings. As long as you do your internal linking properly, you can also increase your rankings. So we would first find different blog topics, write about them, post it on the website, and then we also create a video and a Google My Business post about it. So basically, this is the video right here, how to get rid of muscle cramps. And then we also SEO optimize the video. So we put the link going to our location landing page. We put our share link to Google Maps. We literally copy and paste some of the content from the blog post. And then we also add some of our uh, business citations or social media profiles. We also add the full link to the actual article on the website. And then put in your 3 hashtags, and then we also finish it off with just keywords. With YouTube, it's really a free for all. You can really do a lot of different things. You can stuff a lot of keywords if you want to in the descriptions, and it's never gonna get penalized. If anything, it can only help you. So we also like to create these videos for the blog posts and just continue building up all of those signals. And then, of course, we would also do a GMB post. So we also do a GMB post of that blog post. And then we link out, of course, to the actual article. But this is primarily how we would do the blog post. Blog post, the GMB post. So we kind of, do all of all of those things together. For the GMB post, we use Local Brand Manager, just a very simple tool. It lets you just schedule out posts in advance. You can even go back and edit them in here if you wanted to. You can see link for your button, your content, your image, and then you can either schedule it or you can just post it right then and there. So that we use Local Brand Manager for that. And then the last thing we did is we did set up a Pinterest account. So we set up their branded Pinterest account, and then we also do these pins about their different targeting their keywords. So we use their own images that they send us, custom images, and we create these pins and we link out to their Google My Business. Put a short description about what they do, about the service, but it's also, again, sending more signals to Google on what you do and where you're located. So make sure you do build this out as well. So those are all the tips I have for you guys. Let me know if you do have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next one.